Hello, lab rats, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Now that we've got the worst part of the game out of the way, What do you mean that was the game audio? Yes, hi, Crick. God, what do we do next? Like a dishwasher or something? Well, really, either way. Oh yeah, we were gonna do that Zaid's mission. Right. Hold on, let me take a sip of my tea. We're back in Cap. Mud, sweat, and spores is how Blue Sun's mercenaries characterized the planet that gave birth to their home office. This lush garden world is known for its heavy plant and fungal life, creating spectacular jungle zones over much of its 8 continents. Despite persistent problems with rot and rust, Zorgia attracts investors and corporations from all throughout the galaxy since it has exploited only a fraction of its potential resources. The Blue Suns dominate security contracts in Zorgia, so much that residents describe them less like a monopoly and more like a conquering regime. Well, yeah? That's what a government is? That's what a state is an entity that has a monopoly on the use of force, on the legitimate use of force. You're playing Endless Space? Are we back to Arya Taloka's in the government? Yeah. Yeah, that was so funny because I'm like, what are you talking about? She's a classic personalist dictator. Like, they're like, oh no, she's she rules over the station, so she's the government, and she fits like the description of personalist dictators to a T. It would have made sense if they said Omega has no recognized government, but the Citadel doesn't recognize her because she has social programs and makes sure the sewers and air supply works. Writers don't know what a government is. Hi, Jin Boob. Who do we take with us on this mission? Yeah, I know about dust in the Endless Games. Let's take Garrus, why not? Is that as the 2010 space game make more of it? Finance? Squad disruptor ammo. I feel like enemies don't stand close to each other enough to justify going for the AoE versions. Like 90% of the time. Frostmill, thank you for the follow. Including the planet-devouring insects and the soul-eating megachurch, yeah. Do game designers know that having cataracts in your eyes doesn't just turn the iris
Stay
white?
tight and look out for ambushes.
Or is that supposed to be a cybernetic eye?
Squad Bravo, a shuttle landed near your location. Check it out.
Victoria Hyperpollution Tower.
Keep close.
By the way, this morning I was playing Civ 7 and I had another one of those games that went like the one on Discord. I showed on Discord, where like everyone declared war on me at first, except this time I fucking won.
Shot in the back and left to rot. That's definitely Vito's style. Let's push ahead.
Lafayette with like Lafayette's bonus combat strength with traditions in Civ 7 is so fucking broken, actually. It's insane. Oh, it's those things.
Command to Bravo, take a position. Likely these people are not runaways.
If it is cataracts, I like to imagine he's got a contact on that. It's a black dot in the middle.
Report to base. Armed intruders incoming at the southern point.
Hey, convenient chest high wall. It seems a little bit short for cover, though.
And stay down.
Hell yeah.
I got blasted.
Reinforcements incoming. We got your backs.
It is very goofy sounding. Oh, both of them are down. Ah! That was so many rockets! What the fuck?
Report to base. Armed intruders incoming at the southern point.
Take cover! What are you doing?
And stay down.
Oh my god, he landed all the way up there. Oh shit.
Get to cover.
No, this is Zaid's, actually.
Reinforcements incoming. We
I
got
need to
your
look
backs.
up what you need for all the, I need to look up to remember what all the ship upgrades you need are and how you unlock them. Alright, that's the pyro. Oh my god, he's alive up there! Oh, so Zaid is down.
This should slow him down.
It is a badass line, although I feel obliged to point out that that he means analgesic, not anesthetic. Anesthetics put you to sleep. Analgesics stop you from feeling pain.
Don't shoot! I'm with the science team!
get so angry you pass out. I don't think that's what he meant.
This is Commander Santiago. If any of you retreat while the intruders are still alive, I'll kill you myself. Now get the hell back out there.
Vito. Sounds like he hasn't changed.
I get the feeling you have a past with this, Vito.
I knew he was a sadistic bastard back when we started the Blue Suns. The Suns only got meaner after he staged his little coup 20 years ago. So yeah, we have a past.
Why didn't anyone tell me you founded the Blue Suns?
Because it's not common knowledge. Vito wiped me out of the records. He ran the books, I led the men. Worked real well for a while. Then Vito decided to start hiring Batarians. Cheaper labor, he said. Goddamn terrorists, I said.
El Mao. He's too racist.
20 years is a long time to hold a grudge.
A grudge? Vito turned my men against me. He paid 6 of them to restrain me while he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. For 20 years, I've seen that bastard every time I closed my eyes. Every time I sighted down on a target. Every time I heard a gunshot. Don't you call that a goddamn grudge?
Also, I forgot to turn on my outlines. So let me fix that real quick. Go.
You survived a gunshot to the head?
Yeah. And you survived.
I was just about to say, Shephard, you survived so much worse.
A stubborn enough person can survive just about anything. Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
Yeah, it is a good line, but I am obliged to point out again that that's not what that you mean analgesic.
We better get moving.
I'm actually not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't think I've ever heard that word said out loud.
They're at the southern axis. All squads mass at the gatehouse. Now!
They know we're here.
Ow.
Bring it on, you son of a bitch!
I do have to do my obligatory. I don't point out things like this to like feel superior to the things I'm doing. I do it as an excuse to like drop real knowledge. Hi Goblins, also hi Arethymus.
Zaid Masani, you finally tracked me down.
Vito.
Why does he look so much younger?
Zaid, I have a whole company of bloodthirsty bastards behind me, ready to kill or be killed on my command. Actually, take your shot. Give my men a reason to put you down like the mad dog you are. Again. What was that? Gone nearsighted, old friend.
Burn, you son of a bitch.
They already used that though.
You just signed your death warrant, Masani.
They just have him do a thing Renegade Shep already did in the base game.
Opening the gate.
We don't sacrifice lives for the sake of the mission. There's always a better way.
Like what? Wandering out in the jungle for hours looking for another way in. You want to waste time out here? Go ahead. I'm gonna kill Vito.
You're endangering lives and the mission for your own selfish revenge.
You really want to do this, Shephard?
I ought to knock you the hell out. Thanks to you, we have a burning refinery to save.
Let these people burn. Vito dies, whatever the cost.
Also, this mission includes one of the only, like, good Renegade Paragon choices in Mass Effect.
Time to die!
If I remember correctly. Where there's an argument to be made for both choices.
Help! We're trapped! We can't get to the gas valves to shut them off! The whole place is gonna blow!
No time. Vito's probably halfway to the shuttle docks by now.
You're willing to watch these people die?
Damn right I am. We stop to help these people and Vito gets away. And if he gets away, I'm blaming you.
Yeah, see, okay. This is one of the only good Renegade or Paragon choices in the Mass Effect games because, like, it's actually an interesting choice instead of the Paragon choice being strictly better. Which is that in order to get Zaid's loyalty, you have to agree to sacrifice these guys. You have to agree to sacrifice a bunch of innocent people because Zaid personally doesn't care. And so you're forced into the position of, do I do the objectively right thing, or do I do the thing that gets me the loyalty of my squad mate? It's not just be good at your /K puppies, yeah. I think, yeah. Are there other missions that have choices like this? No.
We're here to free these people. Going in.
I knew this was a mistake. If we're gonna do this, we'd better get to it.
Hopefully I have high enough Paragon, if that is indeed how it works. I don't remember if there is a way to do it with. But yes, more of the mission should have had moments like this. Not necessarily that they want you to do an objectively bad thing. I made a bad guess there. But in the sense that they want, but then in the sense that you're forced to choose between getting their loyalty and something else. Instead of just... I think one of the weaknesses of a lot of RPGs, and BioWare RPGs in particular, and stuff that follows it, is that companions in these games very rarely ask things of you that you don't have incentive to do anyways. One RPG I always praise the companion writing on, and by comparison, is Wrath of the Righteous, where it is not that simple with your companions, especially because most of your companions aren't exactly good people who don't exactly, like, want to do good things out of the goodness of their heart. And also, they very much disagree with each other, and often you have to choose one or the other.
We can use this.
Tyranny is also a game that's notable for making the good path by far the hardest way to play the game. It is not easy to be a good guy in Tyranny. Which makes it much more meaningful.
This might be useful.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more satisfying. Like, in a lot of games, good is boring because it's also the best option every time. And Tyranny makes being good not be boring by making being good be an uphill battle like 90% of the time.
Engaging hostiles! Look out! Heavy munitions! They're back in...
No shields.
I think Wrath of the Righteous also has the best romance writing in any RPG I've ever played. Like, the romances in Wrath of the Righteous are like the only RPG I've ever played where the romance does not feel like a random side quest where you get sex as the reward. I'll keep the flamethrower for now. Armor, shields, and biotic release. Sex is always the reward.
Bring me Masani's head. Get something special in their paycheck.
Actually, one of the things about Wrath of the Righteous that makes it not that is the fact that, like, you are in a relationship with your chosen romance option by halfway through the game.
I took your blue sons. I took your life. Now I'm dead. Her.
And the romance arc continues for quite a while beyond that. And is very much intertwined with the rest of the character's arc.
Let that loser die, Shephard. You can walk out of here alive. Never years I eat.
Oh my god, he went so far! Can your romance thing cause issues with other allies? Yes, it can.
This should slow him down.
Yes, it extremely can.
That one hit. This should slow him down.
Oh, fuck. Ah.
First person to bring me Masani's head. Get something special in their paycheck. Heads up!
Taking heavy fire.
You brought Shephard with you, and you still don't have a chance.
Firing a high impact shot.
I took your life. So I'm taking it again.
Woo. This is a decently difficult firefight.
I'll forget this ever happened. Let that loser die, Shepherd.
I mean, one example of a big problem, a romance causes, one of your companions in Wrath of the Righteous, Wenduog, who, by the way, if you play Wrath of the Righteous, pick Wenduog over Lan. Lan sucks ass. Lan sucks ass. He's like the worst companion in the game, both mechanically and in terms of writing. And Wenduog is amazing, so pick her, even if you otherwise wouldn't. If you romance Wenduog At one point in Act 3, after you've, like, started your romance, because romances kick off at at the end of Act 2, she gets into a bar fight and kills 2 people, and then afterwards admits she did it just because she wanted you to prove that you love her by letting her off the hook for murdering people.
Sit down.
Yeah.
106. Who's next?
She can make us worse. You can fix her. You can fix her. It's really difficult, but you can fix her.
This'll put him down.
And when I say you can fix her, just like chastising her every time she does something bad does not work. Just so you know.
Shields have failed.
You'll bust me out of prison, right? See, it's not even that. It's that, by this point in the story, you are the Lord Commander of the Crusade. The Lord Commander of the 5th Crusade, I think it is. It's either 5th or 6th. And you are like the governor of the city this happens in. And she wants you to prove that she's your favorite by letting her off the hook. By just like completely not giving her any consequences for murder.
You just cost me 20 years of my life. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh.
Zaid, you alright?
The hell do you care? I'm fine. Now come on, get me out of this shithole.
You put your revenge ahead of the mission. How can I trust that you'll be there when we need you?
I'll do what I was goddamn paid to do, Shepherd. Just don't expect any more than that. Now stop screwing around. Let's go.
You put your own goals ahead of the mission. That is not the way this works.
I've survived this long watching my own back. No time to
Oh yeah, you
worry
can
about
get this
anything
loyalty
else.
if you do this option with enough Paragon.
You're part of a team now, Zaid. There's no way we can do this unless we're all working together.
You have a point. I'm not done with Vito, but I can put that behind me long enough to get your mission done. Let's get the hell out of here.
It does feel like this option existing is them chickening out of making it so you can't get his loyalty if you don't sacrifice the workers. But Bioware once again making Paragon the best play? Yeah, it does ruin... If you do have enough Paragon points, it does kind of ruin the point of this being...
No messages for you, Commander.
That makes me feel like I do have messages.
Anyway, how may I help you?
Is there anything I should...
Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
I actually complain about this. I hate the ontology versus consequentialism choices. Well, I mean, in terms of, like, being Paragon or Renegade, yeah.
Anomaly detected. Probe away. Scans have found something.
I forget what this is for, but... Anyways, let's do some scanning.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched.
Yeah, it is for ship upgrades, I'm aware. I forget which ship upgrades are necessary,
Probe away.
so I'm gonna look that up
Launching
at some point.
probe. Probe away. Launching probe.
Actually, there's an extremely funny bit of companion writing in Wrath of the Righteous also that I want to praise, which is, well, it's funny in a meta sense, but it which is you get the standard, like, tell companion to make X or Y choice. The thing is, which choice he makes will depend on whether he likes you or not. And if he doesn't like you, he will pick the opposite of whatever you told him to. So you can actually get the good ending for his quest line by reverse psychologying him into it. If he doesn't like you. Hi, Thorir. Yeah, Wrath of the Righteous's companion writing is extremely good. It's been good. I've been gushing about Wrath of the Righteous this whole stream instead, though. I forget what Firewalker is about. Brand is modeled after a VA? Oh, okay. Right, I need someone who does stuff who's good against shields. I will do, I think we'll be safer there. I will give some advice with Wrath of the Righteous, though, is one of them was always pick Wenduog, even if you're playing a good character, over Lan, because Lan just sucks ass. And the other is, not all of the paths in the game have equal amounts of content. Pick Demon, Aeon, or Angel. Or Lich. Or Lich. With the notice that you will lose most... That if you pick the Lich path, you will lose most of your party members. Worm that walks turns everyone against you. Like, everyone leaves the party. Worm that walks is kind of like a hidden challenge route, honestly.
This is your onboard VI.
Do you really lose your companions, or do you just, quote-unquote, lose them? It depends. By which I mean, yes, you can kill and reanimate some of them. And also you get some new companions you can't get outside the Lich route that are undead. Demon Path is probably, in my opinion, Demon Path and Lich Path are the two best ones. And Demon Path is probably better for a first-time playthrough.
Path is now clear.
I will note also that Demon is not the evil path, although once you progress a certain point off of it, it will not allow you to be good alignment anymore. But it is also very much written for a good character to take and become corrupted, and it is really well written in that respect. It does not control very well. Oh, another thing about Wrath of the Righteous as advice. Your companion, Ember, she will make observations about people. They are infallibly correct. Every time. Even if it seems silly or ridiculous, they are always correct. She's this crazy elf child covered in burn scars. Who is extremely good and just wants the best for everyone. And she is also extraordinarily insightful. Even if she phrases things in like childlike and silly ways, because she's a child. There's a moment I want to say with respect to that with Ember, but it's big spoilers, and it's better if you're like experience it unspoiled. That's like fucking amazing. Oh, I see. This is a kind of neat platforming section, even if the controls are terrible.
That should do it. Mission objectives completed.
I would do Wrath of the Righteous, but it's a fantasy RPG, and that's a bit outside my wheelhouse of what I normally stream. And it's long as hell, so maybe at some point.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Whack. Don't have any lumps of clay right now, but you do have this what? Oh my god, yeah. I remember that. I've like done like a tiny bit of like Sumerian. Oh my god. How did Sumerian scribes actually distinguish that then? What? Help Tally. Akkadian, right. By convention, you use a different glyph, but not always. Oh my god, they have the spinning balls for centrifugal gravity.
Requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Yeah, I do strongly... I should stop talking about Wrath of the Righteous and start talking about this game, but I do strongly recommend it. You do not have to play Kingmaker. There's like no overlap.
Captain Shephard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
I've never actually reached the rank of captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives aborted. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your
I do like the
cruel
Quarian
heart
design.
as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Kila Salai. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepherd.
You know, it just occurred to me, is Keela Salai supposed to sound like Keep Us Alive?
Tally helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tally. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Yeah, Tally's design is also great. Okay, so I mention this occasionally, but Chinese is easier to learn than you think. Written Chinese is easier to learn than you think. So almost all Chinese characters are simply combinations of about 200 basic characters that are called radicals, in the sense of like meaning like root, because they're the roots of the character system. And these radicals mostly have meanings of their own. There's a couple that only appear as components of other characters. And the radical gives and usually the radicals that make up a character, when it's a compound, mean it's related to those radicals, or it sounds like one of those radicals. However, because Chinese is so old, this can mean it used to sound like the radical 1,000 years ago. But it does mean you can guess. And it does mean there's only actually 200 characters you need to memorize, and then you just need to memorize combinations of them. Or knowing the history makes it make more sense. Yeah. There's like a couple of characters that you use for things that like the radicals that compose them make no sense. But do if you know the history that like they used to be homophones. Like these words used to be homophones.
You sent Geth materials back to the migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on a project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place Tali Zora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
You have glyphs or share a glyph inside another glyph? Yeah. The funny stock photo woman in M3. Anyways, I am going to run some ads real quick and then run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm back. I also blew my nose while I was in there, because my nose is all stuffed up. Ow. By the way, Thor is absolutely correct that it works, that like most Chinese characters are exactly like that, like it'll be two radicals and one radical is related in meaning and one is related in sound. You get a couple where it's like a really fun combination of meanings with both of them. For example, one of them is, for example, the character for the word for to rest is the character for tree and character for person. Doing something on your sarcophagus, man, I should encase them in several fleet of lead. Yes. Yes, that is how it works.
You should speak with Admiral Ron. She's waiting for you up ahead.
I can't believe they're charging Tali Zora with such a thing.
If Tali Zora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand for her, she's as good as convicted.
Tali Zora of us, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron, Shepherd Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaron Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
I take it being associated with a human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Tali Zora Vas Nima. Whatever we must call you legally.
Yeah, the Japanese kanji for the word meaning noisy is 3 of the kanji for women.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side.
Indeed she does, Captain Shephard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused...
I definitely recognize the voice, but I don't know who it would be.
Ship's captain.
I don't know what the voice actor's name is.
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepherd. I could not ask for a better counselor.
The old title for King in Sumerian is Strong, Uncut Male.
Political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
Oh yeah, she's the Expanse actress, right? Chinese is the funny thing that pronouns are gendered in writing to emulate Western languages, but aren't like when spoken out loud. Like it's just ta, regardless of plurality or gender, is your third person pronoun. But it's written differently depending on if you're referring to a man or a woman.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive.
I like how small this is.
The accused Tali Zora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against the charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shephard must stay.
Objection withdrawn.
Shephard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that her captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepherd's willingness to represent Tali Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the reason why they're written differently in Chinese is to make translating Western texts easier, and that just got generalized to the language as a whole. Like, the pronoun, like the way you write the single third-person pronoun when you're referring to a woman is like a slight modification on the normal way you write it. And they did that to make it easier to translate Western text, because Western text will just alternate between pronouns without like making it clear which one refers to which when so they adopted that convention, and then that just spread to the writing the main language too, instead, and not just translating Western text.
Tali would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so, but I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarian strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shephard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death
Thank you for the head
instead of
pats.
exile,
I'm looking for my father, you bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
Sierra Themis.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
we can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Oh, I didn't say it out loud, but that she couldn't have done this. If I recall correctly, that's a bad choice for some reason. I don't remember why.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shephard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shephard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shephard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
Yeah, you can bring Legion into the mission.
The shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shephard. But there is still hope. And Garrus greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren. Admiral Koresh sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces.
Yeah, the way they stand doesn't
I
quite work.
assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even
If
know
I
about
remember
the
this
Geth
correctly,
until
and I
the
won't
boarding
consider this
team was
spoilers because I don't really remember. He was trying to build like docile Geth or something.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tally's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tally was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tally from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tally's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
The Quarians are cool.
All right,
I like the
T'Challa.
Quarians.
No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shephard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tally and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That
I
was
don't think it's
how
ever
he
made
showed
clear.
his love.
Shipmate is a stinging insult in USN vernacular.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tally, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
Or that it's your dad's fault and not your own.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tally, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepherd. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
And that, of course, turns out as terribly as you predict here.
Tally, I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shephard, Admiral Garrus Vakarian. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. Glad to see Tally's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
I'm just here to help Tally, Admiral.
I'm glad someone is.
You believe I'm innocent, don't you, Admiral?
I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Tally, Shephard, you should get to the Alarai.
I forgot to ask
Can you
this.
tell me anything about the Alarai?
Yeah, I forgot to hit
Nothing
that.
good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few.
It's very funny to call people who operate in
Whatever
space
Rail
Marines.
was doing, it blew up in his face. The ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tally, but if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
Oh right, yeah. They I forgot that they're using like Whack sci-fi universal translators.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
When you didn't recognize Tali as Admiral Zen, she's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining suit-wetter he always was.
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to
Yeah,
destroy them.
for my own
centuries ago.
sci-fi setting.
He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, in my own setting, Daylight Stars, I try to avoid that. Avoid, like, using analogies with ships.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rail looked at me and said, "We're underage. You can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. Brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rail for you.
Sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I hope the Quarian people find some place to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shephard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to
Especially
help fight
because
the
in real life
Reapers, Admiral.
spaceship, because
Then
real
we
life
need a
spaceships would
world
not
to shelter
work anything
our
like
non-combatants while we do
sea
it.
ships.
Thanks for the information.
Good luck.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vasnima from her name.
Commander Shephard, this is Admiral Zalkoris Vasquibquib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Can you tell me anything about the LRI?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
He's correct, though.
They did. We tried to kill them.
Does it actually count against me if I ask about the name? I doubt it does, because this is a BioWare game. But... Yeah, whatever.
Have a ship named Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures. And have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war.
By the way, I like that he's not portrayed as contemptible.
They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
I like that he's not portrayed as contemptible. Usually in stuff like this where you get like a trial scene and like whoever is representing the like really antagonistic person is like portrayed as like horrible and contemptible and like the worst, and thus far Corius is actually portrayed as being very sane and reasonable, with interesting points of view on things. So
can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shephard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Talizora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Neat. I like that conversation.
If is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
You two should get to the Alarak.
That's not what I meant to do.
Good luck.
I meant to sprint.
Shephard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Oh, shit, it's this guy.
With my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I...
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
I want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't.
I was about to say.
It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
The human can work a crowd, I'll admit that much.
Cal Rieger.
Shephard, Talizora, good to see you both.
I love how he still did.
Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
Again, it's so funny how every other Quarian has like the distinctive accent, and then this guy just has standard Marine voice.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, I stayed to argue the charges against Talizora. I've served with her, and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Cal.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
All the foreign-sounding aliens and the one Call of Duty soldier, man, yeah?
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty Board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haestrom. She and Admiral Garrus are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side, then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy?
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haestrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haestrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. If they can screw up a star, our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a
So,
useful
from what I know about
system.
physics, that should
Besides, they
slow
didn't show
down the death of the star.
Hope you're right, man. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
That should slow down the death of the star and make it burn colder.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepherd, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
I guess if it's doing that, but if it's simply reducing the pressure in the core, then it should just reduce the rate at which material gets fused.
Have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haestrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a front
That's
line
how it
attack,
always
that's for
works, Shepard.
Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right.
Possibly,
You've only
yeah.
seen our strike ops tally. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alarai. Stay safe out there.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shephard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
Tali was with me. Saren and the Geth would have destroyed us all without her help.
Your political machinations are transparent, Commander. They are also unnecessary. If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
I like that point of view. She's like, okay, it doesn't matter how cool she is. Like, I don't care. It matters whether she did the thing or not.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Garrus sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rail to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
If we don't find Rail alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shah Laran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
You support experiments on living creatures.
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toy is a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations
Aww.
and defend itself when attacked, but it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Han Garrul and the cowardly Zal Chorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth.
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
You're insane.
Oh yeah, I like that Chorus is like sensible, and then like moderate, and then like the moderate one who is undecided is the crazy one. He's the fucking insane one.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali Zora is guilty.
If Tali Zora is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
I think this is where we're supposed to go?
Tali Zora and Hafara are out of control. This is on their heads.
Or did I go backwards?
A human to be such a good speaker.
Tali Zora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shephard Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Why didn't no one
I'll
else
off
tell
the
us
shuttle
that?
now. Good luck with those Geth, Tali Zora. Kila Selai.
I like how they're too cowardly to have to not have artificial gravity, even on like the little tiny shuttles. They're too cowardly to not have artificial gravity. Sorry, to like put you in 0G on the shuttles.
Look out!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Reload that, please.
One less to worry about.
Okay. God, I love Throw. Yeah, I talk about this a lot, that, like, it's the, like, sci-fi writers treat artificial gravity as if it's, like, a thing we will inevitably discover and therefore should be in their sci-fi instead of an excuse to avoid the cost of simulating zero-G for live-action stuff.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Railzora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Hi, Afton.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father.
My advice is to just not have magic artificial gravity, because
Looks
zero-G is
like
more
parts from a
interesting
disabled
anyways.
repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not
But, like, how did you fit, like, that in your pockets?
Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shephard, I checked everything I sent here.
You don't want to know how she put that?
It might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
I hate having to wait for it to scroll in these. It's always really annoying when it's just not on screen.
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Railzora.
Shut it down. Shut everything down. They're in the system.
Oh yeah, so you did, like, turn the gap on.
Enemies on our right.
You had to switch to Stephen King after learning. Yeah! See, if it was J.K. Rowling, then I'd say, like, why did you like her works in the first place? They're not good. But Orson Scott's card stuff is good, and then he's... like, a terrible person. Alright, who the hell shot me in the face? Hi, the Welsh Gath. There we go. It's easier if I'm chatting here. And you join at an appropriate time.
Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
Oh my god.
Hostiles up ahead.
Oh fuck. Okay, get back up, Tally. No sleeping on the job. Yeah, I do have to admit, like, the enemy's gate is down is like it's just a great way of like putting it, and like thinking about combat in 0G of like orient based on your objectives.
Console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shephard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Why can't I see your eyes right now?
Do you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tally. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepherd, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our homeworld.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship.
Tally super whiny. Yeah. Like, she has kind of a point, but I don't actually, but as I have grown older and less enthralled by how cute she is, I have realized, like, I'm not actually a fan of how she, like, refuses to even consider reconciliation with the guy. Ow. Telling aquariums, maybe. And also realizing that the Korean cat thing is a very tortured Israel-Palestine allegory that totally misunderstands the nature of the conflict. Go up there. Wave shield. I find it funny that even in really terrible Israel-Palestine analogies that totally fail to present like a very much stronger version of the Israeli case than exists in real life, the Israeli analogs are still very clearly in the wrong.
This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
And is this something? Yeah. That's the funny thing I notice about Israel-Palestine analogs in fiction, is that if you are not aware, that anyone who is not aware it is supposed to be an analogy for Israel-Palestine automatically sides with the people who are supposed to be the Palestinians. Because because they are obviously in the right. Every time.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Aww.
Damn it. Damn it.
Anyways, let's stop rambling about Israel Palestine.
I'm sorry.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
Spent like an hour digging around with the level editor this morning and it wouldn't say more. Oof. I've experienced things like that before. I like how I'm just robbing the ship. RPG character moment. Oh hey, I'm stealing a model ship! I love stealing, I love taking things, yeah. What? Yo. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shephard loves model ships, yeah? Oh my god. I'm adding this to my collection, yeah. I'm stuck. What? That was weird. That was really weird, the camera there. Every shop has their favorite on the Citadel, yeah!
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. Looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shephard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough
yes, I have seen that guy.
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
It'd be hilarious if the VAs for Shepherd.
I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but when this comes up in the trial, we can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shephard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shephard.
We're not gonna decide anything here. Let's see what the admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shephard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead.
How do you propose to hide this information anyways, Tali? Tali, like, they're gonna investigate the ship. They're gonna just investigate the ship themselves. Tali...
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
We must trust Shepard's offer of assistance. It's only been a few hours.
I like how no one informed them that the shuttle was coming back.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
We cleared the Geth from the Alarai. It should be safe for your people to return.
Thank you. We sincerely appreciate your efforts to aid Vakarian people.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shephard, please.
Does Captain Shephard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Tali helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. Garrus wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial.
I like how Garrus is just sitting there in the background.
She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger
This is a bad defense in any reasonable court.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shephard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shephard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Kila Salam.
Okay, but Tali, you realize they're gonna figure out what happened anyways. Like, they're gonna figure it out.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when Thank you.
Tali, about what your father said, what he did, you deserved better.
I got better, Shephard. I got you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
That would be so incredibly suspicious if we blew up the ship.
Come on, Tali, Zora, Voss, Normandy. Let's get back
Like,
to
I'm
our
just
ship.
thinking, like, why would they not be able to find the obvious evidence that he reactivated the Geth? Like, there wasn't even a mention of, like, deleting the logs or anything.
The Admirals thought they were humbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepherd. I'm glad they were wrong. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
We found Rail's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you.
I mean, the evidence obviously exonerates her specifically. But, like, they're gonna find out about her father regardless.
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepherd, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
Tali, is there anything the Admiral should know?
We found a lot of dead bodies, Admiral. Including my father's, that's all. Whatever research they were doing was destroyed.
I'll take your word for it, Tali. Not that I have much choice. Fight well and fly
It's
safe,
very...
kid. Your father would be proud of you.
Very impressive, Shepherd. Thank you for your help on the Alarai. And thank you for helping Rail Zora's daughter. You stood for her when we failed. We were wrong to let our own concerns about the war overshadow Tali's trial.
The galaxy needs more people saying what you're saying, Admiral. Good luck.
Thank you, Commander.
It would make more sense if they explicitly acknowledged that they'll probably cover it up themselves, but,
Tali and Shepherd are good at killing synthetics. Glad they're on our side.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shephard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rail Zora's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Pity. Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated. In any event, I am pleased that our talk regarding the war conundrum allowed you to help Tali. Her exile would have been unfortunate.
You should abandon your plans, Admiral. They're only going to make the situation worse.
We shall see, Commander. Many things are impossible until they are done.
The Alarai was a good start.
Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali.
Nice talking, Shepherd. Funny how it takes a commander to remind the admirals about military honor.
he still just sounds like a generic Marine!
And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the LRI.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Noticed that, ma'am?
Any idea what your next assignment is going to be?
I'm gonna be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they
The
send me will
revelation
have to
would
be
lead
less
to the fleet
exciting than Haste.
balkanizing.
What's your take on the war? Are the Admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepherd.
The reason there isn't an Elcor companion, and they were relatively open about this, they like explored the possibility, is that it would just be too expensive to animate, because they can't use the same animation rig everyone else uses that is humanoid.
Tali Zora was innocent after all.
Go talk to Tali.
No messages for you, Commander.
What's this area of the ship?
How they're walking tanks, we don't even get to see one fight. Yeah, because they didn't want to have to animate it.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics. All that infighting, seeing what my father did. You were the only one there for me, Shephard. The only cover I had against that storm. Thank you.
I imagine they're trying to fill your father's spot on the Admiralty Board. What will that do to the balance of power?
I have no idea. Being exiled might have made it easier. A few people are suggesting me as a candidate. Replacing an admiral takes time, though. You may not have noticed, but Quarians like to debate.
Are Quarian politics always like that?
No. Sometimes it can actually get unpleasant. We're a very social people, Shephard. We have to be, to make up for being stuck in these suits. And part of that means getting involved in each other's business.
The whole trial was insulting. You should have had time to mourn your father.
I don't think life is about what you deserve. But my father would be honored that I chose to mourn him by blowing up a lot of gab. I should get back to work. But thanks for checking on me.
That was a short conversation.
I've got green across the board. The forward tanks are buoyant and elevated.
Are you talking about the Normandy?
I'm talking about the one
Let me check something real quick. I'm getting a bunch of pings. Okay, it was nothing important.
No messages for you, Commander.
Yeah, Elclar Squadman would be good, but I totally understand what they were saying, what BioWare said about how, they just couldn't afford to animate it, because everyone uses the same animation rig, and they'd have to make, like, and a lot of it is, in fact, stock animations that they like, did not make themselves, and they'd have to make them themselves for an Elcor. Alright, it's just going to Omega. Hi, Luminar. Lady Urania, hi! Someone give her a shout out. Who do we bring? Bring Tali since we just got our loyalty. I'll take pull field for this one, because for throw, I'll take the one that hits one target really hard. Yeah, I saw there weren't that many people with you. Don't feel bad about it.
The daily death count
try for me to pinpoint an Ardat Yakshi's location. However, given the reputation of Ardat Yakshi among the Asari, Arya T'Loak may have tracked her movements.
Thank you.
What is this? I never looked out this window. What is this blam mega structure? Like, why is the station this huge open space?
Some of this reminds me of life on the flotilla. Cramped and crowded with no real privacy. And the people don't work together toward a common goal. There's no sense of family here. Just fear.
So, I heard a human went into the plague zone. Then I found out about a lot of dead Vorcha down there. You know anything about this?
Dead Vorcha? No. Don't know anything about that.
Uh-huh. Right. Well, my job just got a whole lot easier.
Are the Vorcha gonna be a problem from here on out?
Not as bad as they used to be. They breed fast, but they die young. As long as we keep them controlled, we'll be fine.
What's your job here exactly?
I'm supposed to keep the Vorcha in line. Not much for me to do anymore.
Yeah, we already talked to this guy like ages ago. Mass Effect is a terrible universe to live in. Yeah, a lot worse than they seem to like have realized they made it. Like, it really is a horrible dystopia.
Greetings. I was hoping you'd come by. I'm Ish, and this is Cell. You look like a good person to know.
Friendly faces seem hard to come by around here.
Reasonable people are more valuable than air in a place like this.
I can see you trying to flatter me. Don't.
Of course. Forgive me. You just made me nervous, is all.
You need something?
Well, if you'd be so kind, I hoped you might consider a proposition. I need skilled, trustworthy people to take care of a little business for me. Nothing illegal, of course, but it's paying work.
What kind of business do you do?
Important business. So important that, with your help, we can change Omega.
What do you mean, we can change Omega?
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but certain people here have business deals with people throughout the galaxy. If we were to have information involving those deals, we could make some ripples around here. That's all I'll say.
I'm listening.
I'm in the information business, specifically the buying and selling of privileged material. It's nothing illicit. I just need someone to pick up packages in certain locations and bring them to me here.
What's your angle?
No angle. I'm a simple businessman. What do you say?
I can do that.
My contacts use specific drop points. I need you to look outside Merib's shop on the Citadel and inside Eternity on Ilion. Look around for anything that might hold a data package and bring those packages to me. Good luck.
This guy is so sus. Also, it's not like we need to know any of that shit because like your girlfriend is the shadow broker. At this point, anyways.
Ari's expecting me.
Yeah, I love that one. He keeps trying to come up with excuses. I like how big we can see Omega is out the window, and that the like dictator of the whole place is just hanging out in a club that doesn't even seem to be especially high security. I remember Samara's daughter, I forget her name, being somewhere at the club, I think.
Imagine this. You're in the Nexus. It's late, and the only one around is that screeching prophet and a few gorgeous project.
I got a mate and a ship.
Oh my god, it's this guy again. Why are you so eager to tell me you're cheating on your wife? Interesting.
Welcome to Afterlife.
Pour me a drink. Hold the poison.
Oh yes, I heard about my predecessor's little scheme. I'm very glad you survived. I've been instructed to give you drinks on the house. Rest assured that they will contain no illicit ingredients you haven't asked for. Welcome to Afterlife. How may I serve you?
I'm good for now.
Of course. Thank you for stopping by. And
You can't actually get a drink for him.
anyone in public.
Yes. Yes, that was a whole little tiny side quest.
Where did you get that fantastic new visor? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
There is a Batarian bartender who is randomly poisoning humans.
Sold stuff for men. Oh no. Harry has something for everyone. He also sold me this spice rack shaped like a mining scanner. That's great.
Oh my god.
Restrained exasperation. Coming to my
What do you want?
What's behind this door?
VIP section of the club. For those with the right name. Do you want something?
I'd like to join the party.
This really isn't your kind of place. Afterlife's main floor has lots of drinks and great music.
I guess talk to Arya.
The Asari Shaira, more commonly known as the Consort, has declined to name the next race likely to gain council membership. However, she suggested an announcement could come soon.
Okay. Wake up in the Mass Effect equivalent of a titties!
I got a mate and a ship. I only brought one of them with me.
See, he tells me about how he's cheating on his wife every time I walk by him. It's like, why?
She's Omega's #1 citizen. But what do we really know about her?
What do you need? An Asari fugitive is hiding out here. She's an Ardat Yakshi. We need to find her. I knew it. Nothing leaves a body quite so empty as an Ardat Yakshi does.
You haven't taken steps to kill her?
Why would I? She hasn't tried to seduce me. Her last victim was a young girl. Pretty thing. Lived in the tenements near here. That's where I'd start looking. Thanks for the help. Good luck finding her. Better luck catching her.
I like that she just doesn't. I find it funny that she just doesn't care. But yeah, I will say again, Arya is like They want to portray her as this badass crime lady, but there's no government for her to do crime against, so she's just the personalist dictator of a rogue state at that point. Like...
Come on, let me in.
Who is cosplaying as a crime boss. Like the apartment's over there. Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, she's clearly supposed to be that like sci-fi crime boss, but they forget that like you have to like actually be like on the wrong side of some authority. She's just the dictator of a dictatorship that is unrecognized as a legitimate government, but still is, you know, a government. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Are you here about my daughter? My nephew died a week ago and no one seems to care. The medics said it was a brain hemorrhage, but that's not true. It was murder. Someone killed my nephew, my baby.
Like, yeah, she is. She says she's the authority. Like, and there's only one rule, which is don't fuck with me. And then that's just how personalist dictatorships work. Like, a personalist dictatorship is one of the typical forms of authoritarian governance, where everything relies on, like, patron-client relationships and coercion, and without any real formal structure, just, like, stay on the right side of the dictator and you'll be fine kind of dictatorship. And it is, of course, the least stable form of authoritarianism, but also the most common in the modern day. And Arya is like a very textbook personalist dictator, but they really want you to know that she's not the government. She doesn't run a government. She runs a crime. She runs a criminal organization. And it's like, okay, in real life this would just be considered a rogue state, but okay.
I think she was murdered too, and I'm looking for her killer.
Oh, thank you. It's so hard when no one believes you. I'm all alone now. Are you one of Arya's people?
I'm here to help. Does it matter who sent me?
No one else on this hellhole station gives a damn that my nephew is dead. If you can do something about it, I'll help you however I can.
Did your daughter have a lot of friends?
Not a lot, no. She was shy. Spent most of her time off making her sculptures, not hanging out with friends. Something did change in the last few weeks, though. She started talking about an Asari. Morinth.
I see.
I didn't like her. She kept dragging Neff out to clubs, and I'm pretty sure she gave my daughter drugs.
What kind of a person was this Morinth?
I never met her. But Neff talked about her like she was a queen. You'd swear there was no one else alive when she talked about Morinth.
That sounds familiar.
Samara, does Morinth control her victims with drugs?
She controls them through sheer will. The drugs are just a lifestyle. She loves the club, loves the base. She's a hedonist.
So this Morinth did hurt my daughter? Is she the one that...
I will bring justice to the one that did this.
We swear to you, Neff will rest easy soon.
I hope so. I hope so. My baby.
Did Neff hang out anywhere in particular?
She was always quiet working here at home. Then, a few weeks ago, she started going out all the time.
I knew it was the VIP area.
Club down the street. I think you need a password or something to get in there. The change was so sudden. She just seemed tired and distracted when she wasn't around Morinth.
What kind of a girl was your daughter?
My nephew had a fire inside her. She was shy, but she was creative and driven and the best girl a mother could hope for.
She was creative? How so?
She was a sculptor. Several galleries were interested in her. Said her work was fresh.
Do you mind if I examine Neff's room?
I didn't want to disturb anything. Her clothes, her art, her sculptures, everything is the way she left it. The way it will always be. My baby is gone. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just miss her so much.
It's okay. We've all suffered loss.
I know what it means to lose a daughter. I will avenge her.
Thank you. Please, if it helps you find her killer.
Yeah, yes, Samara. We know about the daughters that you killed.
I'll examine her things.
Of course she had good reasons for doing so, but it's extremely funny for her to just say, "I know what it's like to lose a daughter," and it's like, yeah, you killed them. No, she had two other daughters who were Ardat Yakshi that she killed.
Read the oldest entry.
Hey, diary. Cycle 34, orbit 671. There's a lot to talk about. I dropped Jarut's name, and they let me into the VIP room at Afterlife. I'm sure everyone was staring at me. Then the most beautiful Asari starts dancing near me. She moves like water, form and volume, but shifting, changing. I'm in a trance. Then I'm dancing with her. Later, we went for skewers, and I'm supposed to see her again tomorrow.
Read the middle entry.
Cycle 36, orbit 671. Am I a freak? Morinth is a girl like me, and she's definitely not human. Just when we dance and the helix is flowing through me, the way she looks at me with a hunger, a longing, no one's ever looked at me like that. We kissed tonight.
Okay.
Read the newest entry.
Cycle 42, orbit 67. She's going to take me to her apartment tonight. Whatever happens, I want to be with her forever. She can sell my pieces. We can live somewhere glamorous, like the women in Vanya that Vid Morinth likes. How did this happen to me? I'm just dumb trash from Omega.
Close the holo journal.
This is Morinth's work. She's attracted to artists and creators. Someone with a spark, slightly isolated from their peers. She impresses with sophistication and sex appeal. Then she strikes. The hunt interests her as much as the conquest.
Anyone who successfully hunted sapient beings for 400 years warrants caution.
Morinth speaks to you on
I made the mistake of meeting her favorite CB
Her
streamer.
body tells yours that she'll bring unimaginable ecstasy. Her scent evokes emotions long hidden. Her eyes promise you things you were always scared to ask of another. Her voice whispers to you after she is done speaking.
She sounds more like a highly evolved killer than a genetic defective.
The condition has been present since my people huddled around fires at night. Perhaps it is symbiotic rather than a defect. Storming her den would be a mistake. She will have 100 escape routes planned. She will go to ground and disappear for 50 years or more. This is the closest I've ever been.
So we have to lure her out.
Exactly. Shephard, you read my mind. Afterlife's VIP section seems her preferred hunting ground. You must go there alone and
Yeah, I like Samara's writing.
She'll come after me.
You can draw Morinth out. She'll certainly flee if she catches sight of me, but she won't be able to resist you. You are an artist on the battlefield. You have the vital spark that attracts her.
That seems like a stretch, Samara.
I'm walking into this place with no gun and no backup.
I will be in the shadows watching, Shephard. You will never be alone. This I swear. But you cannot barge in with guns and allies. Morinth is far too cagey. She'd simply disappear.
Samara trusts in Shephard's last
This is a
appeal.
subtle, delicate act. Trust me.
Time's wasting. Let's get over there.
I agree. We can talk more once we're there.
Neff, I'm sending you this hologram by the Elcor artist Forta. His work is sublime, but don't stare at it too long or you may go mad. I don't want anything bad to happen to you, love. I can't wait to hear what you think of Forta.
Nev made that. A man from some gallery offered me 4 years' salary for it. But I never learned.
You can choose to sleep with Morinth and die? Yes. Yes, you can. Anyways, I'm gonna run to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. I'm back. Backsies. I am back in the chair. Back in front of my computer. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. Let me go fix that. You always make sure to turn right as the S is finished. Yeah. I've been a bit low key tonight. I think it's just like a seasonal affective thing because like it's been like real overcast today and like dark out. And that always like makes me like want to sleep all day. The time? No, it just happened to like line up.
What do you want?
Someone told me the rest of Afterlife's nothing compared to this place.
Sounds like a smart person. Who was it?
Jarut.
Go on in. Word to the wise. Start a fight, we'll hurt you. Someone attacks you, it's okay to defend yourself.
If only it was that easy to get into a VIP section in a bar in real life.
You must go in alone. Morinth will be watching.
Yeah, that's an extremely bad policy.
She is cautious. You must pique her interest enough that she will approach you. When you are face to face, subtly encourage her to invite you to her apartment. I'll follow discreetly, and when you are alone, I'll spring the trap. Know this, until I get there, you are in great peril. She will be planning to inflict harms on you. If you are not careful, you will want her to.
How can I spark her interest when I'm not even talking to her?
Courage or suicidal
Don't
bravery.
breathe. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Hurt someone in defense and she will be excited. But pick a fight and she'll be bored. Show skill at working smoothly through a nightclub crowd. She will be intrigued. She'll want you the moment she sees you. The rest is just a matter of overpowering her caution.
I convince her to take me home?
She admires strength, directness, and vigor. Modesty, chivalry, or meekness frustrate and bore her. Violence excites her. You've killed Shephard. She'll like that.
Getting her alone, then falling under her sway. That'll require careful timing.
I will be near, and I will come for you, Shephard. Trust me, as I trust and honor you.
Okay, what other things have we learned about Morinth that can help us here?
According to Neff's journal, Morinth likes dancing while on a drug called Halax. Neff's journal mentioned a vid called Vayenya. It seemed to have something to do with glamorous women. Morinth sent Neff a note saying she likes the Elcor artist Forta. Well, Shephard, that's everything we know.
Let's get started.
Shephard, we only get one chance at this. Any mistake and Morinth will disappear. If you're the least
I think we should have, like,
talk to me.
watched the vid for research?
And Shephard, thank you.
That would have probably helped.
I do not share this burden easily, and you are the only soul I can imagine sharing it with.
Research, yeah. But unironically. No, but unironically, if you're gonna let it would help. It would let us like pretend to like the same thing she likes.
Hey, do you know where to get tickets for Expel 10? I heard this amazing Asari say they were her favorite band. I just want whatever she wants. I gotta find tickets. Expel 10 is playing tomorrow.
What kind of music do they play?
They're a sensory band. Like, they crawl into you and make you feel things. And this Asari digs them like you wouldn't believe. I could score way out of my league, you know? You gotta help me.
She sounds amazing. Is she here?
She was here a couple of days ago talking about the band. She's here a lot. When she comes back, I'm gonna have tickets.
I'm ready to punch someone, and you're too close.
Relax, relax. It's cool. I'll step off.
That was too awkward. For like starting a fight or whatever. I told it. In fact, Morinth told us not to start a fight. Sorry, Samara told us not to start a fight. Like, why did I say Morinth?
But they look bored. Bored people don't spend much.
And you got an idea for how I could fix that?
A round of drinks shows that you appreciate their business. Your rep will improve and you'll make more money in the end.
Maybe worth a try once. You better be right. Listen up, everyone! We love having you here, so a round of drinks on the house!
Oh my god. That was way too easy.
I love everyone here. I love you.
Okay.
Come on, baby. I can pay. I'm a good tipper, too.
I told you to stay away from me.
Playing hard to get? Give it up, baby. I'm sold.
Leave me alone.
Don't be like that. I got creds. We'll go back to my place. I got simple taste.
Okay, so this guy's harassing a woman, and yes, I will beat the shit out of him.
I'm a dancer, not a hooker.
You got a mouth on you. I'll enjoy watching you use it.
The lady asked you to step away.
You want in on this transaction? Hey, I don't care if it's you or this bitch. I just like good times.
Good times are over.
Thanks for that. Security was asleep.
What an insane thing for that guy to say, yeah? Also, I love how you just yeet him. It's so funny.
Hi. I need help right now, and I don't know who to ask. You're human, and you don't look high, so you're it. Can you help me out?
Slow down and tell me what the problem is.
Right. Slow down. Sorry, I just don't know what to do. My friend Moiral is doing a piece on Omega Games. She's hanging with Florid. He's the worst of the worst.
What is she doing?
A vid piece. She's an investigator.
Sexually propositions the most famous soldier of the galaxy, yeah.
Your friend could get hurt.
Yeah, she's going to. See, Flora's on it. This gang is on the way here, and they're going to make a mess of her. I have to get a message to her, and fast.
You seem to have a lot of information.
I'm her tech. I've been monitoring the gang's comm. The last transmission said Flora's going to splatter her. Man, I'm a tech junkie. I don't know how to handle this.
What do you want me to do?
She and I have a code. If you go over and say 2 words to Flora, my friend will get the message and get out of there. The 2 words are terminal and eternity. In that order. Please tell me you can do that. She's going to die.
Sounds simple enough. Why can't you do it?
I stare at monitors all day. I can't walk up and talk to a gang leader. I'd piss my pants and run away. I can't let Moirol die. It's just saying 2 words in a sentence. You can do that. Right?
Okay.
I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Remember, terminal and eternity. In that order, just work them into a sentence.
Go Slayer, where are the grandmas? Well, we're doing Samara's loyalty mission right now.
The music here used to be avant-garde. Couldn't dance to it, but it felt smart.
Something I can do for you, lady?
Is there a public extranet terminal around here?
In a club? You don't have an Omni tool?
That is a pretty strange question.
I get by on public terminals. My Omni tool's been broken for an eternity.
That's a tough break. I'm done talking to you now.
Hey, Flora, I have to pee.
Yeah? Hurry back, Moirol. I'm ready to head out.
My name is Morin. I've been watching you. You're the most interesting person in this place. I've got a booth over here in the shadows. Why don't you come sit with me?
Hi, Morin. I like how she's got like the whack BDSM outfit.
Some nights, there's just one person. Tonight it's you. Why is that?
You and I want the same things.
Ow.
Do we?
She looks like a... Yeah, she looks like a Final Fantasy outfit.
Do you know anything about art?
It speaks to the darkest places in me. What about you?
There are certain pieces that grab me.
What really moves you?
If I saw an image of you, that would move me.
Oh, that's, sweet of you to say. Art comes in many varieties. I've seen vids that were more powerful than a sculpture sitting in a gallery.
Do you know Vaenya?
My favorite. The 2 actresses on it are so glamorous.
I'll have to watch it.
Maybe we could do that together.
What do you think of the music here?
Dark rhythms, violent pulses. It stirs something primitive in me. What about you?
Everything I hear has something good about it.
I see you're a woman of strong opinions. You can lose yourself in the music here. There are ways to enhance that, you know?
What do you think of Hallex?
It slithers through my soul. Seems like we share some interests.
I've traveled all over the galaxy.
It changes you, doesn't it?
Real travel means going to dangerous places.
Where you can see and do things most people can't imagine. Yes. When I travel, I find
it funny how there's a couple of places where you have only renegade options.
Violence is the surest expression of power.
Violence is a means to an end. Power is that end.
Do you want to get out of here? My apartment is nearby and I want you alone.
Oh my god. That was such a cheesy line. How did that work?
I was into dueling for a while. I love the moment you see it in your opponent's eyes. He knows you're better, and he's going to die. Have a Hallex if you want, but wouldn't you rather have all your senses be clear and sharp right now? I certainly do.
Power is a means to an end, and no, violence is a means to an end. Power is that end, and you down to fuck? Yeah, immediately. Very funny.
A gift from a suitor. The statue's got more personality than he did. Still, he impressed me enough that he finally got what he wanted. It didn't end the way he hoped. I love any game where your opponent can believe he is about to win, just before you kill him.
That isn't really how chess works, though. Like 90% of the time in a chess game, it's very clear who is winning, if you know enough about chess. Only if there's like a significant skill gap will you actually surprise your opponent that much. I mean, yeah, it would work on lesbians, I think. Or like if the opponent makes a silly mistake, yeah.
I love clubs. People, movement, heat. I can still hear the bass like the drums of a great hunt out for your blood. But here, it's muted, and you're safe. Is that what you want, Shephard?
I'd rather fight than hide.
Yes. Better to take control of your fate. I've never understood the fascination with safety. Some of us choose differently. Independence over submission? I think we share that, you and I.
We've both killed many times, but that's where the similarities end.
Why do you say that I've killed? What do you know? Let's stop playing games. Look into my eyes and tell me you want me. Tell me you'd kill for me.
That's a cool effect.
Anything I want.
Don't count on it.
But you... Who are you? Oh no. I see what's going on. The bitch herself found a little helper.
Lauren!
Mother.
Do not call me that. I can't choose to stop being your daughter. Mother, you made your choice long ago. What choice?
I've seen the real-time chessboard, yeah.
Being born with the gift you gave. Enough, Lauren! I am the genetic destiny of the Asari. They are not ready to reveal this. So I must die. You are a disease to be purged. Nothing more. I'm as strong as she is. Let me join you.
How would she know that, though?
Let us finish this.
How would she know that, though? How would she know that, though? How would she know to offer that? It is a weird thing to say, too. And also, how would she know, like, why we're working with Samara and that she could offer? Do you like Destiny when Ardat Yakshi are sterile? Yeah. Yeah, also, yeah! I mean, I think it's supposed to not make sense, but still, it's very stupid.
End of the line, Morinth.
And they call me a monster. Find peace in the embrace of the goddess.
Oh my god.
I am ready to leave this place and get on with my life. Are you ready to go as well?
Do you want to talk about what happened?
Shephard, what do you think I will say? What can I say? I just killed the bravest and smartest of my daughters. There are no words. I will try another time. For now, show mercy on a broken old warrior and let us leave.
I want to look around a bit more.
Very well. I will remember the day of Morin's birth. Tell me when you are ready.
Aww. There's like a particle effect that's stuck on the floor there.
Are you ready? Let's go.
That was the most abrupt one yet! I think it literally cut her off! That was so abrupt! If you take Morin's side, she leaves in an ME3, one of the banshees is named Morin's. Oh my god. Yeah, he wanted to show us his dry, crispy skin. Yeah, you missed an extremely abrupt mission complete screen where it like literally interrupted Samara's dialogue. Like she said let's go, and like before the audio clip finished playing, it was cut off.
2 years after a Geth attack nearly destroyed it, the colony of Zeus Hope has announced plans for an expansion.
Like quality control, yeah. Wow, that door took a long time to open. All right.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Shephard Voss Normandy, I've been digging through the Alarai. I just wanted you to know that I did find a few things about the experiments Railzora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Railzora's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Oh my god, they did look through it. But wait, doesn't that... Okay, is she somehow the only one who looked through it? Anyways, let's go talk to Samara. I forget what floor she's on.
Area of the ship?
Oh, hi, Kasumi.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. KG dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last. The Red Rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met KG that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental.
Did it become auto? I wasn't paying attention. Okay. See you, Dragon God. I know I can't talk to her about it again.
Has a special place in my heart. An art collector hired me to steal it. When I got there, the painting was gone. On the way out, I saw it being hauled off by another thief. I chased him down, tackled him, and took the painting. That's how KG and I met. We never did turn it into our employers.
Oh my god.
Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. KG used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal.
Not gonna comment on that, huh?
Morinth haunted my dreams and
no more looking at
For the first time in 400 years, I am free. I am a ruined vessel of sorrow and regret, but I am free. It is not a feeling I can describe.
Was it worth it?
It was never a question of worth, but of need. I had to take the action I did, as did she. This was never a story that would have a happy outcome.
You did your duty. What about your feelings?
One of my daughters is dead. My hopes, my dreams were all bound up in my children. Still, my feelings have always come after my duty. The same is true of you.
You said that Morinth was a monster, but she was still
I'm
your
so
daughter.
glad I don't have
She
kids
was
anymore.
the strongest and smartest. She would not accept the injustice thrust upon her. She fought to the end. I am so proud of her, Shephard.
Killed her for being what she was.
And I would again. But I also know what it means to leave everything behind and fight. Do you realize that she went on the run at the age of 40? I do not know human years well, but it is very young for Asari.
What will you do now that Morinth is gone?
Assuming I survive your mission,
This with an ass shot is somehow less dignified, yeah.
Injustice still exists, and perhaps even other Ardat Yakshi.
There's no way to correct the condition Morinth had?
We are an advanced species, but we don't have magic. When the trait manifests at maturity, it is too late for mitigation. It only occurs in purebloods like myself. Perhaps that is the root of the stigma regarding Asari-exclusive pairings. I don't know.
I thought Ardat Yakshi were extremely rare.
Asari have spread to many worlds. There are remote regions with no government oversight. If I travel to those worlds and they do exist, I will find them.
Morinth claimed that her condition was the future of the Asari race.
Morinth would say anything that served her cause. Ardat Yakshi are sterile, Shephard. That wouldn't be a particularly viable future for my people.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to make sense, right?
You don't want to settle down?
I did. I returned to my homeworld and tried to start a family. I will fight and struggle all my life. That is my fate. When I die, it will not be in bed. I am at peace with that.
You still control the direction of your life.
I have chosen this path. I truly am at peace, due in no small part to you.
What? What was that? Was I in the air? What? That was so weird. What? Did y'all see that? She was levitating you. What was that? That was so weird. Oh my god.
No messages for you, Commander.
I guess we go help Jacob. Probably not. Big oof hour? Yeah, it's not a bad mission. The problem is they had to have it happen to the black guy.
Anomaly detected.
Named after an Asari scientist, this remote planet appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from one far-off probe flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scans yield far more interesting results. The planet is within the habitable zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid water and a thin nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, consistent with carbon-based plant life. It is possible this is an as-yet unexplored garden world. Interesting.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Wow, this is a lot of minerals, actually.
Probe away.
Can white dwarfs have habitable planets in their orbit? No. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, wait. That doesn't make any sense. For like a variety of reasons. Can brown dwarfs scan?
Probe launched.
Yeah, white dwarf is a remnant of a star that went supernova.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
I wonder what that's saying. Did I put like a really lazy voice filter on?
Probe away. I have found something.
Yeah, any planets would have to have been rogue planets that captured or formed from the gas of the supernova, in which case they would almost certainly be gas giants. Let's take Miranda, because she's the other Cerberus bitch. Look at how little I've used Jacob. A late life red dwarf starting fusing heavier elements would be hotter for a while, right? It might be? This is not my area of expertise. I only know about this through, like, astrobiology stuff. So you could unfreeze a far-orbit ice ball and get life in a dead universe for a little while. Possibly, yeah.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
A long
with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald
Toxology?
Taylor.
Oh my god,
That's
I didn't even
not right.
notice.
My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours. Following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the
it is
Hugo
a weird
Gernsback,
phrase, yeah.
activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
Oh my god, Miranda, why are you so smug about that? Hold on, I just got a burst of DMs. That's so fucking creepy.
It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
What? What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My god, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
Where the fuck is it? There it is.
Process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work.
Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him, but I don't know.
Is this one we already did, I think? Yes. Oh no, that's the really creepy one, no! Is Jacob's dad the one with the creepy mission? Yep.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
They've seen us.
Oh!
Shields down.
Affirmative. There we go.
Also, much to be said about how this portrayal of him having undergone brain damage from the fauna makes them sound like. Are severe guns and thermal clips? Yeah, that is a good question. Their portrayal of like neural decay rather resembles pop cultural depictions of like savage people.
Now let's finish you off.
Of like savage primitives, and it's like, and that's the big
That wasn't neural decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong. Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Sarah calls them feral, yeah.
They're clearly docile, but in the same uniform remnants as those who attacked us.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent.
That's
possibly
insane.
But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
You certainly seem to have a way with words.
You heard her. I have his face. My father forced the crew to... Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
He has a cruel face. His cruel...
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing. He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands.
Jesus Christ.
The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Why does it look like a weird-ass tribal mask god? This is like Resident Evil 5.
Get over here!
Patrols like that are a little much against this bunch.
Well, that would make...
Please, here. You could end. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers
was like a cargo
are
ship.
Casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
This is the kind of mission where I do the
No, it
invert,
turns to
figure out
gibberish.
maximum stuff.
Maybe
Yeah.
the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shephard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
This feels very like artificial roadblock, especially because you could use like that's comical having to do that instead of just like pushing the crates out of the way.
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back. Eyes ahead!
They call that a contributing, but yeah, there's been a bunch of them in these games. It's comical. Where it's like literal waist-high barrier. Like, we already know what you did. What was that? Did you see that weird slide? God, before starting this, I totally forgot how jank these games are. Oh, come on. There's just ammo over there.
Get over here.
Critical system backup systems engaged.
Let's keep going. It's so funny that it keeps trying to make these excuses even after we already know what's going on.
Son of a bitch.
Taking fire.
I just walked into the singularity. Yeah, exactly. It's very funny though.
Have a nice trip.
It took years to train my guns. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
How are they operating combat drones and shit? Like, none of this makes you actually act like someone who has, like, the kinds of mental... the kind of, like, brain damage they suggest this would be. This is, like, making everyone act like Hollywood's idea of what a savage primitive acts like. Of, like, what a quote-unquote savage primitive looks like, acts like. And it's very... okay. Yeah, but how like 90% of horror fiction is about how the other will destroy you? That's not true. I would say that's not true about horror. At least it hasn't been true for a long time. I'd say like horror more often than not is about people in power abusing the other.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got to have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild.
Yeah, the
It
use
brought
of
me up
madness,
here in some kind
definitely.
of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shephard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No, not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you.
Oh my god.
I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not biting, Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the Effect Lord inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance.
Oh my god.
After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it?
That is
You
not how
created a
people
harem
actually
with
worked.
King? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
He's referring to sex crime, yes.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not.
Isn't there an option to leave him on the planet without any of the food?
Blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here,
it
seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
Yeah, much to be said about how the only black crew member in the series has a deadbeat dad who is a horrible sex criminal.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
You realize the Warcraft reorgs have no women? Yeah. Yeah. I never even thought about that, Crick. Oh my god.
Maybe we go arrange pickup for the rest of the survivors while the acting captain deals with the hole we punched through his max.
Now wait, I'm supposed to get rescued. The crazy ones, you don't know what they'll do to me.
We can guess.
I like Miranda's input in this mission.
Shephard. A good man. Wish I'd found him.
Jacob.
You were a better man dead. As far as I'm concerned, you still are.
Jacob!
Oh! I don't remember what Jacob's class is anyway.
Alliance ships are inbound to pick up survivors, Commander. We could be long gone by the time they get here.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine. You didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda?
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shephard, Jacob.
Like, I've come around to Miranda very hard in Mass Effect 2. I like her. I like her. I like her a lot, actually.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shephard. Captain Taylor's body has some catching up to do, but the man died a long time ago. I've already dealt with that. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shephard. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
I guess we should go talk to Jacob. Even though I don't like him.
Thanks for diverting to the Gernsback, Shephard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. Maybe not the best way to learn about the relatives, but I'm glad it's done. What do you need?
I'm interested in getting to know you better.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shephard. Let's do this later.
How we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Felt good. Anything else, Commander? Commander.
Now that was a whack mission.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, Arya Tilok told me where to send this. I'm Nef's mother, Diana. We talked when you came to investigate her death. Arya also told me that a dead Asari woman was found in one of the wealthy apartments. That she was the one who killed my daughter. Thank you. I don't know who brought you into my life, but thank you for avenging my daughter. My Nef deserves better than this. I couldn't give it to her, but you at least killed the bitch who took what little she had away. I will say again, Jacob's character reeks of being written by the kind of liberal the movie Get Out was making fun of. The kind of liberal who believes all the stereotypes, the kind of white liberal who believes all the stereotypes about black people, but thinks it would be, like, wrong to judge them for it. Or otherwise, or even, like, fetishizes them for it. God. It feels weird to say I don't like the only black crewmate and then say it's because, but no, it's really just because the way he's written is they very much wrote him as the black crewmate. He deserved better writers, yes.
You'll have to keep an eye. Anyway.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Jacob deserved to be a different character if we're gonna be real here. Whoever wrote Jacob and his mission definitely never talked to whoever wrote Anderson. True. True. Yeah, Jacob's mission is incredibly whack. That's every loyalty mission. Which means we're pretty close to wrapping up the game. I think I'm gonna wrap up stream here, even though I normally go for longer, because I am extremely hungry and I want dinner. Yeah, we'll get Legion next time. I don't know why I'm so hungry. Usually I'm not this hungry. But I am, like, starving. So I've been, like, that's also been quiet for, like, the last half hours. Because I've been, like, in my head I've been, like, man, I'm so fucking starving. I need to go get food. I need to go get food. I'm so hungry. All right. So tomorrow we will be finishing off Alien Isolation. Let's go ahead and find somebody to raid. Before that, though, I'd like to remind everyone I have a Discord. You should join it. It is very, very active, and there's a lot of cool stuff on it. Oh my god, Neko Boy is playing Tactical Breach with Wizards. We are going to raid him. Anyways, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.